Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into some of the most horrifying and unbelievable stories of people who accidentally swallowed molten metal. You won't believe what happens next. We're talking about the stuff that can melt steel beams and turn solid rock into liquid fire. Imagine that going down your throat. It sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? But these are real-life stories, and the details are more terrifying than any fiction. So buckle up, because we're about to take you on a wild ride through some of the most shocking medical mysteries and unbelievable survival stories you've ever heard. Get ready to be amazed, horrified, and everything in between. Let's do this. We're talking about substances heated to thousands of degrees, hot enough to incinerate almost anything they touch. Just imagine the kind of damage that could do to your mouth, your throat, your insides. It's unthinkable. But how does something like this even happen? Well, industrial accidents are a major risk. Think about factories and foundries where molten metal is used every day. One wrong move, one slip-up, and it could spell disaster. Picture a worker, maybe not wearing proper safety gear, leaning over a vat of molten steel. Suddenly there's a splash, a scream, and the unthinkable happens. The molten metal makes contact, and in a split second, life changes forever. And it's not just industrial accidents. Sometimes it's a freak occurrence, a bizarre set of circumstances that you wouldn't believe unless you saw it with your own eyes. We're talking about things you never even considered could be dangerous, things you encounter every day. It might be a piece of metal accidentally left in food that gets heated up in the microwave, turning into a molten nightmare. Or maybe it's a child curious and unaware of the danger, picking up a shiny object that's been sitting out in the sun, only to have it turn into molten metal in their hand. The possibilities are terrifying, and the consequences are even worse. Because once that molten metal enters the body, it sets off a chain reaction of destruction that's hard to even comprehend. This is the story of John, a hard-working factory worker who had dedicated years of his life to his job at a metal processing plant. He was known for his dedication and commitment to his work. John was a creature of habit, always taking the necessary safety precautions, never cutting corners. His colleagues often looked up to him as a model of safety and diligence. One sweltering summer day, John was working near a furnace used to melt down scrap metal. The furnace was a critical part of the plant's operations. The heat was intense, even with the factory fans working overtime. The air was thick and heavy, making it difficult to breathe. John wiped the sweat from his brow, momentarily distracted from the task at hand. The relentless heat was taking its toll on everyone. As he turned back to the furnace, his foot slipped on a patch of oil that had leaked from a nearby machine. The oil spill had gone unnoticed in the chaos of the day. John lost his balance, his arms flailing as he tried to regain his footing. Panic set in as he realized he was falling, but it was too late. The momentum carried him forward uncontrollably. With a sickening thud, John stumbled forward, his face landing directly in the path of a stream of molten metal pouring from the furnace. The molten metal was unforgiving. The searing pain was instantaneous and unbearable. It felt as if his entire face was on fire. John screamed, a primal roar of agony that echoed through the factory. His cries for help were heart-wrenching. Co-workers rushed to his aid, but the damage was already done. The scene was chaotic as everyone tried to help. The molten metal had seared through his skin, his flesh, burning a path of unimaginable destruction. The injuries were severe and life-threatening. John was rushed to the hospital, but his chances of survival were slim. The medical team worked tirelessly to save him. This tragic accident is a stark reminder of the very real dangers present in industrial settings. It underscores the importance of safety measures. It highlights the importance of constant vigilance, of never letting your guard down even for a second. Safety should always be the top priority. Because in a world where molten metal flows like water, even the smallest mistake can have devastating consequences. The cost of a momentary lapse can be immeasurable. Chapter 3. The Body in Flames. Immediate medical consequences. Imagine molten metal, burning at thousands of degrees, making contact with the human body. The sheer intensity of such heat is beyond comprehension. The initial impact is nothing short of catastrophic. The force and heat combine to create a devastating effect. The intense heat instantly vaporizes any moisture it touches, turning flesh to steam in the blink of an eye. This rapid vaporization causes severe burns and immediate tissue damage. The searing pain is unimaginable, a level of agony that defies description. Victims often describe it as feeling like their entire body is on fire. Nerves are overloaded, sending shock waves of pain throughout the body. This overwhelming sensation can lead to a state of shock. It's a pain so intense it can cause immediate shock, sending the body into a state of paralysis. The body's natural response is to shut down to protect itself, but the damage doesn't stop there. The heat continues to penetrate deeper layers of tissue. As the molten metal burns its way through tissue, it creates a chain reaction of destruction. Each layer of skin and muscle it touches is irreparably damaged. Blood vessels are cauterized, muscles are cooked from the inside out, and bones are charred black. The structural integrity of the body is compromised. The body's natural defense mechanisms designed to heal and protect are overwhelmed by the sheer force of the injury. The immune system is pushed to its limits. The immune system goes into overdrive, trying to fight off infection in a war zone of burned and dying tissue. This battle is often lost, leading to severe complications. Immediate medical attention is crucial, but even then, the prognosis is often grim. The extent of the injuries can be life-threatening. Doctors and surgeons face a race against time, battling to stabilize the patient, to control the pain, and to prevent the spread of infection. Every second counts in this critical situation. It's a fight against the odds, a desperate attempt to salvage what's left, and to give the victim a fighting chance at survival. The medical team works tirelessly, often for hours on end. But the road to recovery, if there is one, will be long and arduous, marked by countless surgeries, unimaginable pain, and the constant threat of complications. The journey is fraught with challenges, both physical and emotional. Chapter 4. Scars of the Inferno, Long-Term Health Effects. For those fortunate enough to survive the initial trauma of swallowing molten metal, the journey is far from over. The long-term health effects can be devastating, both physically and mentally. The human body, while incredibly resilient, is forever altered by such an injury. Extensive burns leave behind a landscape of scar tissue, a permanent reminder of the trauma endured. These scars can restrict movement, causing pain and discomfort with every move. Internal damage can be even more insidious. The digestive system, ravaged by the burning metal, may never function properly again. Eating becomes a challenge, and malnutrition is a constant threat. The respiratory system can also be severely compromised, leading to chronic breathing problems and an increased risk of lung infections. But the physical scars are only part of the story. The psychological trauma can be equally debilitating. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is common, with survivors reliving the horrific event in nightmares and flashbacks. The road to recovery is long and arduous, requiring extensive physical therapy, psychological counseling, and often a complete lifestyle change. Many survivors face a lifetime of medical appointments, surgeries, and medications, all aimed at managing the long-term consequences of their injuries. And yet, even in the face of such adversity, the human spirit can shine through. Survivors often find strength in support groups, connecting with others who understand their pain and sharing their stories of resilience and hope. Chapter 5. A Miracle from the Flames. One Survivor's Story. This is the story of Maria, a young woman who defied the odds and emerged from a fiery nightmare as a beacon of hope and resilience. Her journey is one of incredible strength, determination, and the unyielding human spirit. Working in a small metalworking shop, Maria's life took a tragic turn when a faulty piece of equipment malfunctioned, spraying molten metal across her face and upper body. The accident was sudden and catastrophic, changing her life in an instant. The pain was excruciating, like 1,000 suns burning her alive. Every second felt like an eternity as she struggled to comprehend the magnitude of her injuries. But amidst the chaos and terror, Maria clung to life. Her will to survive was stronger than the flames that sought to consume her. Rushed to the hospital with burns covering over 60% of her body, her chances of survival were slim. The medical team worked tirelessly, knowing that every second counted. Doctors prepared Maria's family for the worst, warning them that even if she survived, her life would be forever changed. The uncertainty was overwhelming, but they held on to hope. But Maria possessed an unwavering spirit, a will to live that burned brighter than any fire. Her determination was evident in her eyes, filled with resolve and courage. She endured countless surgeries, skin grafts, and agonizing hours of physical therapy. Each procedure was a step towards recovery, a testament to her resilience. The pain was relentless, but Maria refused to give in. Her journey was fraught with challenges, but she faced each one with unwavering determination. She drew strength from her family, her friends, and the unwavering support of the medical team who refused to give up on her. Their love and encouragement were her pillars of strength. Slowly, miraculously, Maria began to heal. Her body responded to the treatments, and she started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Her body, scarred and battered, bore testament to the ordeal she had endured. Each scar was a symbol of her survival, a mark of her incredible journey. But her spirit, her zest for life, remained unbroken. Maria embraced her new reality with a positive outlook, finding joy in the simple moments. Maria's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a beacon of hope in the face of unimaginable adversity. Her journey inspires us all to find strength in the face of our own challenges. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, the will to live, the power of love, and the dedication of skilled medical professionals can work miracles. Maria's story is a powerful reminder of the incredible strength within us all. Thanks for watching. If you found these stories as shocking as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more unbelievable content. Stay safe out there. We've journeyed into the terrifying reality of what happens when molten metal meets human flesh. We've seen the devastating consequences, the unimaginable pain, and the long road to recovery that survivors face. But we've also witnessed the incredible resilience of the human spirit, the unwavering dedication of medical professionals, and the power of hope that can blossom even in the face of unimaginable adversity.